All right, welcome to this explainer. Today we're diving straight into a topic I know a lot of us are constantly thinking about: the first $10,000, a roadmap to early wealth. Look, if you're starting from absolute zero, seeing people out there making millions can feel incredibly overwhelming, right? So we are going to drastically shrink that target. We're focusing on a stupidly simple, highly effective blueprint that comes directly from self-made experts who started with literally no money and no qualifications. To get us to that goal, we'll be following a very straightforward four-part roadmap: the $10,000 milestone, generating cash, the skill pyramid, and finally, investing true wealth. So let's jump right into section one, the $10,000 milestone. Here's the core philosophy we really need to internalize. Making money is a skill and not luck. That first 10 grand, it's notoriously the hardest to make. But once you cross that specific threshold, a massive psychological shift happens. You realize you aren't just relying on a winning lottery ticket, you're relying on a repeatable system. You've proven to yourself that generating income is a skill you can actually scale. And if you can make $10,000 once, well, you know you can do it again and eventually build real, life-changing wealth. And honestly, this is exactly why you've got to tune out those online gurus pitching things like day trading or crypto to absolute beginners. I mean, those methods require huge upfront cash reserves and just crazy luck to make meaningful money. They are not reliable for someone starting from scratch. Real beginner methods require low upfront cash and actually put money in your pocket daily. You shouldn't be gambling your limited funds. You should be building a foundation. We can use those volatile markets as tools to multiply our money way later on. That takes us directly into section two, generating cash. When you strip away all the internet noise, there are basically only four paths to generate that initial cash. You've got in-person services like dog walking, pays fast, high margins, but you're totally limited to a local customer base. Selling local products like baked goods, it's just too slow and the margins get eaten up by your materials. Global products like dropshipping do open you up worldwide, but the margins sit around 20 to 30% and your cash gets trapped in restocking inventory. Which leaves us with the absolute winner here: online services. It combines the massive global reach of products with the incredible 70 to 80% profit margins of a service. Things like video editing, copywriting, they let you start earning from day one, from anywhere. So how do you find your specific online service? You really just need to find the sweet spot between three simple things. What are you actually good at? What do you genuinely enjoy learning about? And, this is the big one, what problems do businesses consistently struggle with? If you love writing, maybe it's crafting sales emails. If you're into design, maybe it's YouTube thumbnails. Just find that overlap where your interests meet a business's real pain point. Now listen, a huge trap beginners fall into is trying to become an absolute master before they ever talk to a client. Don't spend months perfecting a skill in secret. Set your starting prices a bit under the normal market rate. Just tell them you're building your portfolio. By doing this, you instantly remove the friction, get your foot in the door, and most importantly, you earn and learn at the exact same time. Okay, moving on to section three, the skill pyramid. To transition from that basic hustle into a highly optimized business capable of generating that first 10 grand, we use a framework called the skill pyramid. It consists of four essential elements: positioning, leverage, reach, and automation. And you really have to master all of these together. If you miss just one, you're going to stay stuck working incredibly hard, but never quite breaking through. First up is positioning. Look, not all online services are created equal. The real money is quite literally an offering to help businesses make more money. If a business is pulling in 50 grand a month, spending 2 grand on your service is a total no-brainer, as long as it helps them get more customers or convert more leads. So position yourself directly in the path of where the cash is flowing. Next is leverage, and honestly, this is a total game changer. You'll never scale quickly if you're just trading your time for a fixed hourly rate. The second you shift your pitch from the hours you work to the actual return on investment, the ROI you provide, everything changes. If your ad strategy brings in 10 grand in sales, a business will happily pay you 2 grand for that result. Charge for the ROI, not your sweat. Then we have reach. You've got to completely flip the script on getting clients. Stop sending 100 cold emails a day. Instead, document your work and put it out there online, so clients naturally come to you. Show your before and afters on social media. Explain your process. Make it so opportunities just start flooding your inbox because they see the exact value you bring. But check out this statistic, because it's a bit of a reality check. Astonishingly, 95% of people starting a side hustle fail, And it's almost always because they lack our final elements, which leads to missed deadlines and just awful reliability. Which brings us to automation. At the end of the day, talent means absolutely nothing if you aren't reliable. You have to use a tool like a CRM system to keep your communications and deadlines perfectly organized. By automating reminders and effortlessly visualizing your pipeline, you instantly stand out as a true professional. Clients don't just want skill, they want someone they can blindly count on to deliver. Finally, let's step into Section 4, Investing True Wealth. Once that optimized service generates your first $10,000, you have to make a massive mindset shift. The quote-unquote rich see income as cash to blow on supercars and designer clothes. But the truly wealthy, they strictly use their income as a tool to make more money. Every dollar you earn is basically a tiny soldier that you should be sending out to capture more dollars. So how do we systematically multiply that cash? We follow this 4-tier risk scale. You start with the safest foundational investments at the bottom and only move up to the higher risk plays once you're secure. Tier 1 is just a high-yield savings account. Now, sitting at around 3%, this isn't going to make you crazy rich, but that's entirely fine. It acts as your financial safety net. It creates a cash buffer so that if your car breaks down, you aren't forced to sell off your actual investments at a loss just to cover the bill. Moving to Tier 2, this is the heavy hitter. Index funds, like the S&P 500. This tracks the top 500 public companies in America, and it has achieved an average return of over 10% across the last 10 years. It is the ultimate low-maintenance wealth builder. To put that 10% into perspective, look at this. If you took just $5 a day, literally the price of a coffee, and invested it into an index fund from age 18 to 67, you would retire with over $1 million. And obviously, if you invest more of that cash from your online business, you get there way, way faster. And getting started is easier than ever. For U.S. investors, popular options are funds like VTSAX for the total market and VVO for emerging markets. For folks in the UK, equivalents like VWRL and VFM do the exact same thing. It's just about effortlessly spreading your risk across the global economy. Finally, once your foundation is completely rock solid, you can hit tiers 3 and 4. Individual stocks and cryptocurrency. Yes, these have much higher risk and crazy volatility, but they give you direct hands-on market experience. Just remember to dollar cost average, meaning you invest small, regular amounts and strictly only invest what you can actually afford to lose. Look, making the money is honestly just half the battle. As you embark on this roadmap and the cash actually starts flowing in, I want to leave you with one critical question to think about. When you finally hit that $10,000 milestone, will you act like the rich and spend it, or will you act like the wealthy and multiply it? The choice is absolutely yours. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I hope this gives you the exact clarity you need to hit the ground running.